When you hear about crazy government experiments like robots, mind control, I bet you're like, who is making this stuff? Well, the answer is DARPA. DARPA is the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. It's an independent division of the Pentagon. They're responsible for all the experiments and weird things that come out of the government. So today, we're going to be running through the top 10 scariest DARPA experiments of all time. Make sure you stick around for number 1 because it's one of my favorite conspiracy theories of all time. Number 10, Project Argus. So this was one of the first DARPA experiments. Their plan was to make some sort of force field around the Earth so no one could launch missiles into it. This makes me believe in aliens more than ever. Why would they build a force field to stop things from coming in? Eh? The plan was to launch hundreds of nukes into space that would surround the Earth and electrons. Those electrons would destroy missiles before they could enter in from space. I wonder if DARPA exploding nukes in space has anything to do with the ozone layer depleting. Anyways, it didn't work because the electrons would dissipate too quickly. Number 9, Project Pandora. Back in the 1960s, the CIA noticed something going on weird in the US Embassy in Moscow. What had been happening was the Russians had been irradiating the embassy with microwave technology. There was some evidence that microwaves could be used to affect someone's behavior. So the CIA suspected that the Russians were doing this as some form of mind control. So the White House got DARPA to start working on a top secret project called Project Pandora. They took monkeys and started experimenting with them with all sort of mind control techniques with microwaves. I'm so happy I was born a human and I'm the only one who gets to destroy my body. Well, this was a bust. They couldn't mind control the monkeys and they found that the Russians were irradiating the embassy to activate listening devices that were implanted inside the embassy walls. Number 8, nuclear powered GPS trackers. DARPA primarily works on government projects. Many of the things they design are to make the American military more powerful. One of the ways they're doing this is through nuclear powered GPS trackers. You might know them by the name C-SCAN or Chip Scale Combinatorial Atomic Navigator. These babies are extremely accurate. They have a battery that will never die, at least not in our lifetime, and can be used to locate missiles and submarines with pinpoint accuracy. Part of me wants one of these batteries for my phone, but I think keeping nuclear energy right next to my groin isn't good for my libido. Also, I don't want the government tracking how many times I go through a McDonald's drive-thru. I'm just kidding, I don't have a car. Number 7, motherships. We've all seen alien movies where the aliens come and land on a flying saucer, and you think that's all the aliens, until it's revealed that there's a massive mothership. Well, DARPA has been trying to make your science fiction nightmares come true because they've been working on giant planes that work as motherships. It said one of these monstrosities could carry up to 3 bombers. They could be used to quickly transport and dispatch a small army worth of explosives. It freaks me out every time we get better at war, but at the same time, it's cool to always be ready for space war. Number 6, robots. DARPA has been involved in the creation of all sorts of robotic creatures, from this guy to this guy. And even this guy. Okay, I don't know if that had anything to do with the last robot, but I love watching that video where he raises his little hands like that. He's like Rocky, he's the champ. DARPA has had an invested interest in robotics for a long time, mostly to help military endeavors. The first robot you saw was used to help Marines carry gear and also could be used as a surveillance tool. My favorite thing about that robo-mule is it's named Alpha Dog. I think it was originally designed to help Chads carry more jewel pods. Why do scientists keep making robots that are more athletic than most of us? Watch one movie about killer robots and you'll know that you'll have to give them wheels so we can hide from them at the top of a flight of stairs. Every time I watch one of these videos of robots getting better, I hope one day they can put my brain inside one of those so I could do a backflip that's not like one of these. Number 5, exoskeletons. Even though these things are scary because you never know what people can do with this sort of technology, I kinda want one. Cause first we'll start with exoskeletons, then we'll make giant mech suits, and then I get to be a Power Ranger. It's part of my 5-year plan. DARPA has been working on exoskeletons to help soldiers be even more deadly. And this stuff isn't even behind the shadows. You can find videos of this stuff all over the internet. They've been experimenting on all different types. They have ones that reduce fatigue while walking, ones that help soldiers carry way more weight, and even ones that are like body armor. We're talking like Iron Man level stuff here. I mean, that's kind of like an exaggeration, but we're not too far off after seeing stuff like this. Number 4. Cyborg Beetle. Mind control isn't real. There's no way DARPA invented something that they could attach to a creature's brain and control it via remote control. That would be crazy and make me so uncomfortable that I wouldn't want to put headphones in. Well, DARPA made exactly that. They took a rhinoceros beetle and implanted electrodes into its brain, and then you use remote control to fly it around. You can see it right here. They have the beetle attached to a string so it can't fly around properly, and they just don't want to just fly away. But they can control when it starts and stops flying, and even how it moves. Straight up mind control. The most terrifying part about this is if you look closely at the video, he was on Windows XP. Are you serious? They could control bugs back in 2001. That's almost 20 years ago. They have the processing power of Windows 10 now. Do you know what that means? The memes were right. The birds aren't real. We're being spied on by every pelican. I bet they can do this to people too, and that's why so many people watch Big Bang Theory. Number 3. Stealth drones. It seems like DARPA has been trying to find every which way to spy on us. One project they worked on was stealth drones. They worked on unmanned aircrafts which could fly non-stop until they had to refuel, virtually impossible to detect, and are equipped with loads of surveillance equipment. This isn't just speculation either. They worked on a project called Project Darkstar, which was a stealth drone designed for, you guessed it, military purposes. They say they canned Darkstar back in 1999, but there's a lot of suspicions that they used these aircrafts in the Middle East. I seriously doubt, after all the stuff we know about the NSA taking our emails and Facebook selling our information, that the US military was just like, we don't need stealth drones, we need to spy on people, we wouldn't even know what to do with it if we got all this information. I wouldn't be surprised if they used them to spy on us all the time. I know they're after my chicken wing recipe. Number 2. High-powered cameras. Okay, so we've established that DARPA does a lot of things to spy on people, but those drones and robots aren't worth anything if they can't see you. They've been working on cameras that can pick up 1.8 gigapixels. I have no idea what that means. I'm assuming it can see an image so clear that you can see the exact moment that John Wick became the greatest movie of all time. How is this technology being used? You can attach multiple cameras to a drone and have it just chill over an area. It just creeps on an area all day, watching everyone coming and going, making notes. How come if the government does this, this is kosher, but for everyone else it's stalking? One thing that might give you a little relief is that the cameras are too high to see people's faces, so they can't see me lip singing Barbie Girl everywhere I go. However, it's a good song. And our number 1 scary DARPA experiment is Project HAARP. Oh, this is the big one, guys, and there's so many conspiracy theories about it. I just love it. HAARP stands for High Frequency Auroral Research Program. It's an ionic sphere research program set up in Alaska. It was funded by several branches of the American government as well as the British government. The best way to describe this thing is it's a giant power grid that can shoot a blast of energy into the atmosphere. The American government has said that they use this technology to find hidden bases in submarines, but the internet has a different opinion. There's some juicy conspiracy theories about this. One of the best are that HAARP can control the weather or even cause earthquakes. I've even heard that it can shoot a low frequency signal into an area and knock out an entire population. God, I love conspiracy theories. Alright guys, that's our list. Let us know in the comments what your favorite conspiracy theories are. And if you got some good ones, maybe I'll read them out in the next episode. Like always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. And until next time, my name's Shaderena, and the birds have been spying on us.